I don't speak the language. Could you teach me?
Spent my whole life looking for love. Somebody told me attention is one hell of a drug. Got me fighting my intentions when we cutting the rug. Love the way you compliment me, fell in love with the love, man. Hey, this shit fucking me up. Every time that I see you, feel like I'm catching a buzz. Back when I was a shorty, I didn't know what it was. I tried to fight all the feelings, but I was catching a buzz. Like, nah, baby, we don't break dance, but I make bands, and I shake a great hand.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to The Loft. I'm your host, Felix, a.k.a. Felix the Don, a.k.a. Top 2 Not 2. And we are at episode 4. Today we got a really cool episode. We got one of my longtime homies in the music industry, my boy Curtis. He's the CEO of Crowdfreak. And, man, without further ado, we just going to bring him on. Everybody make some noise for my boy Curtis. What up, though, man? How you feeling, Kurt?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, man.
Hell yeah,
it's
man.
been
I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of the viewers may not know, I've known Curtis since 2017.
Yes,
man. Early Crowdfreak days.
The early Crowdfreak days, man.
So tell the people about Crowdfreak. What is Crowdfreak and how did it start? Give us some background on it.
How did Crowdfreak start? It's a long story. Let's give you a Cliff
We got
Notes
time.
version. Oh, you said we got time.
We got time.
So Crowdfreak started off, so I went to school, to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Is like I went to college to be prepared for this moment.
Yeah.
So I got my undergraduate degree in earth science, life science. Nothing to do with music at all. Like I'm supposed to be a science teacher, secondary education, earth science, life science. And I want to come back and teach at Mckinnon High School.
Okay.
The year I graduated, because that's where I graduated from high school from. The year I graduated from college, the same time, they literally demolished Mckinnon High School. Like literally, that was the year they literally tore it down. So that was my dream, to go back to my high school, be a football coach, science teacher, and I only wanted to go to Mckinnon. I didn't want to go nowhere else. And once that happened, I had to go a different route. But I had a minor in business, so that worked out perfectly. So I went to Target. Well, actually, I started teaching geology at Eastern Michigan. And then I started working for Target for 5 years. That taught me a lot of dope leadership stuff. But during that time, my little brother, who was Q the Boy, and it's another artist named Quincy Banks, which I think you pretty much know.
Yeah, I know Q and Quincy.
Yep. They came to me and said, "Hey, can you help me, in this artist stuff?" And I'm a science teacher. I'm kind of trying to think like, okay, sure. I'm smart. I can figure it out. And the first thing they wanted to do was get on stage. Like, hey, how do we get on stage? It's impossible to figure out how to open up for Drake or open up for any artist.
Yeah.
You can't Google it and figure it out. So I started to look into shows and, see how I can get on those shows. And come to find out, you had to buy onto the shows to perform. So start buying onto these shows. And I'm like, you know what? Let me start doing these concerts myself. Start doing the concerts myself. And then I had artists come to me and say, hey, can I get on your show? And then I had promoters from coming in town say, hey, can you find me artists to buy onto my show? So I realized there was a disconnect, and that's when Crowdfreak was born. So I literally created a platform where people can put slots on my website, including my slots, and artists can just log on and buy a slot from anywhere in the country and then just buy directly onto a stage without, having to go through the whoopla,
Yeah.
But then I seen it was a problem. So a lot of these promoters start putting fake slots on my website. People will purchase it, and then they will contact me because it's on the Crowdfreak platform. Like, hey, I just pulled up. There's nobody here. There's no artist. There's nothing. So now I had to, try to get the money back from that promoter. Then it was just too crazy. So I just started doing my own concerts and just like only focusing on my own concerts. And from there, we started building out, a digital showcase where artists, submit online, and we was flying artists out everywhere to perform. To now, we're doing some of the biggest events, and I would say in the Midwest, and we're collaborating across other states. And now we're doing distribution where artists can upload their music through any, store, Spotify, Apple Music, TuneCore. I mean, not TuneCore. A lot of the other spaces, and that's called Crowdfreak distribution. So that's what we're doing. A lot of pivots to get where we at right now.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah, the whole Crowdfreak, like what y'all got going on is super dope and unique. it's like, because it is hard to get on these shows, and even when you want to get on the shows, it's like, you know, the price might be super high, or it's like, you know, you might buy a slot and they give you, you know, you buy a slot, like you said, for a show that's not even happening.
Yep.
Or you think the show gonna be lit and you
Yep.
get there and it's 10 people. Like, you know, shit like that. And so when I started fucking with Crowdfreak, it was like the showcases, mainly, you know, at the hip hop shop and at Bankrose. And man, even those concerts, bro, like packed wall to wall, like you and that bitch shoulder to shoulder with people. Like those were like those events were really lit, and it definitely set a foundation to now, you know, 6,000 to 8,000 people at a festival. It's
Which is
like
crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So what is that like for you, like to see all that come to fruition?
I mean, first I want to pull a Kobe and say job's not done. You know,
Yeah.
like, we are far away from like pure plateau and, you know, climax for that space. But I mean, it's just dope to see, man. You know, we started off, you know, even with Backwoods and Bonfires, the first one ever was like 400 people.
Yeah.
And now we're doing 9,000 people there. So it's, you know, I in my office, I plan on printing off this picture. This is a 2017. I'm on stage with a wired mic. Didn't even know what wireless mics were because we couldn't afford them. Wired mic at the hip hop shop Bankrose. And, you know, I got the crowd behind me. It's a lot of dope faces in that picture, too, that, you know, are still, you know, doing great things, like Jungle in that picture, too. But, you know, just to see, like, even the expansion of what the venue looks like now with the Backwoods sponsorship and how they remodeled the whole venue, and it just looks great. It's just amazing to see. Like, and a lot of those artists, like, that did my showcases, like, Skilla Baby did a few of my showcases, and now he's mainstream.
Yeah.
Sada came through a lot of my showcases. 42 Doug did one of my showcases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To see a lot of these artists that competed and went through the Crowdfreak platform is absolutely insane. And, you know, and now it's here. So
it's a lot of people that I noticed that too, that you see on the Crowdfreak platform, and then a couple years later, like, they're making some noise, they pop off. And
Doja Cat. I mean, we can talk about that, but
Doja Cat is crazy right now. I remember when Doja Cat was at Backwoods. That shit was lit. I think I performed at every Backwoods and Bonfire.
I think you performed at
every single one, from the first one to coming up. So that's been a blessing, man. That shit is dope. So I know you do Crowdfreak and the distribution and all that, but I don't know if a lot of people know this about you. Also, you manage a bit too.
Yep.
So you got some artists that you work with, and tell us more about them.
So I manage and I work with. So I have a CF management team where, you know, I have a bunch of artists underneath that umbrella, and it's a lot of names to Tuco, DC Nolakin, Lil Tito, Nana. It's so many names under there. I hope I ain't forget no names that's underneath that. Yeah. All right. So then I got Curtis Lamar management, where, you know, I work a little bit more directly. We just had with CF management, we just had a dinner. All the artists came through. We ate. We talked about. We discussed some upcoming events. But the Curtis Lamar management is more the people who I work directly with. So that's Quincy Banks. That's who I started with. Cuter Boy, Rocky Bad, Two Down. Be Free, Maury Corey. Those are Jungle, Big Jungle, who's on the Sada Baby tour right now. These are the artists who I work a little bit more directly with, and I actually started I learned everything through these artists so I could create CF management and teach a management team how to manage artists, and we have a plethora of artists underneath CF management. But I mean, it taught me everything I needed to know about music, 100%. Like, Crowdfreak wouldn't be here if I didn't manage my little brother. I would have never knew, and I would have never knew a problem to solve. And, you know, I remember watching Social Network. That's literally what started everything for me with Facebook. And it starts off like, find a problem and solve it. So I was trying to solve a million problems online, like before I started Crowdfreak. I had something called Mojo Express, where I wanted to make it a social network that was based off like fashion, and you can post your outfits and how much you paid for it, and somebody can click it and go purchase it. That's before Instagram started doing that. I'm talking about 2012. Yeah. So I had that mindset, like, when, you know. So with all that being said, I was trying to solve a problem, and once I seen that problem was the stage, I just hopped on it, and it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't managing these artists and understanding all the problems that artists have to go through, including distribution. A lot of artists, when they first come out, they don't know that you can put your music in stores super easy. They're just doing it, SoundCloud, YouTube, but don't know you can use a platform to push it to all the stores.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is a heavy disconnect in the artist community. I feel like I was lucky in that boat. I went to Ferris State, and Ferris State is one. I don't know if it's one of the only, but it's one of the only ones I know about. They have a music industry management degree. I actually performed my first ever record I recorded was at the Ferris State recording studio.
That's crazy.
So they have they taught us in one of my classes, because I studied business and music industry management. They taught us about TuneCore, and TuneCore was one of the first things that I used as an independent artist when I started my label. Was that's how we monetized and put and that was our DSP. And now I've moved on. I use DistroKid.
Yep, DistroKid.
Because I've been using DistroKid for a while, because TuneCore was just, you got to pay every release.
Yeah,
and
it's expensive.
It's super expensive. Yeah, they do got a lot of amenities, but DistroKid just kind of wraps it all up in a bow for you. You pay one-time fee a year. You can drop multiple artists on there.
Yep.
So it was cool. And I know y'all are pretty similar to DistroKid too.
Yep.
But yeah, and now it's more accessible. But like back then, 2014, 2015, it's like people definitely didn't know. Like, I could just put my shit on. That's where the SoundCloud rap era.
Yep.
Because niggas then like, you can't just, I can just put this on iTunes. Like niggas didn't know that.
At all, you had no idea. And I mean, it was a disconnect for me too. But like I said, throughout that process of knowing, like getting all these artists on stage, I realized that's why Crowdfreak pivoted to Crowdfreak distribution. Because I'm like, oh wait, here's another problem. A lot of people just don't know. You can do this. You can upload your music and get paid for it.
So can we get some sauce away a little bit?
Yeah.
How do you start a DSP? What does that look like? I don't understand that part of it.
Yeah, so you got to find somebody that built the platform. So I worked with a few different people that's overseas to try to get something locked in. The biggest thing you have to have, unless it's money. Of course, capital is great, right?
Yes.
But what gave me a little bit of an advantage is because I had Crowdfreak and I work with artists all the time. So it's easy for me to work with somebody to pay them to do a DSP, and I don't have to teach. I still got to teach and market, but I don't have to teach everybody that this is what Crowdfreak is becoming, because people already follow Crowdfreak. We got a huge artist base. We got a huge artist email list. So you got to find somebody that's going to build that platform. But if you don't have a base of artists already, you got to also be able to market and let them know that, no, this is what you're pushing.
Yeah.
So, I would just work with somebody, paid them a lot of money to build that out. And then I had somebody who that used to actually work for DistroKid and started with the whole DistroKid era. And I just DM'd them and said, hey, can you help me start this DSP? And a few checks later.
Yeah.
We started it up.
It's all about who you know.
Yep, 100%.
I've made so many relationships that way. Like, I'm just hit the nigga up.
Right,
Worst
exactly.
you can do is say no.
Do it.
Worst you can do is say no.
100%.
There's a Adam Sandler stand up. He's like, I asked my buddy if I should ask this girl out. He's like, yeah, worst she can do is say no. He's like, I asked her out and she was like, get away from me, you loser. He was like, I don't think you're following the rules. That shit funny as hell.
I don't think you're following the rules.
I always think about that when people say the worst they can say is no. Like, they can say a lot worse than no.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But no, you definitely fuck that. Hit people up.
Yeah, man.
They might hoe you, whatever.
Just
it's all.
What they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%. 100%. So that's what's up, man. So I want to talk a little bit more about like where where Crowdfreak was, where it is now, and just so a background of how we locked in was I was doing the Crowdfreak showcases. Mm-hmm. I won one of the showcases. Mm-hmm. I remember that. So I won. I still have that picture. I'll send it to you. It popped up in my memories the other day.
Man, dope.
So I won the Crowdfreak showcase. And do you remember what show that was for?
Oh man, we probably had over 4,000
it
shows.
I remember. I'm gonna remind you. So I won. You and B Free brought me out to open for Young Dolph. at St. Andrews.
Oh yeah,
St. Andrews. That shit was
R.I.P. Young Dolph.
R.I.P. Young Dolph,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That was the first major artist I've ever opened for.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the first one. And y'all, man, a lot of love. We was in VIP all night, having drinks. That was a great night. I had a great time.
St.
The
Andrews.
crowd was fucking like prime slot.
Yeah.
Fucking packed house.
Yep.
Literally, like, me and Gama was fucking so new in the game. And that just was that was a dope moment for me. And I feel like y'all do that for a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, one in particular, we'll talk about, a couple in particular, but Be Free and Jungle.
Yeah.
So, like, those are, those guys are doing great shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's start with Be Free. Like, how did that relationship come about? What got the gas lit under that?
Be Free it's a funny story. It's a very funny story. And I like to tell Be Free story a lot. I don't know if he ever likes it or not. I don't think he have a problem with it. But his story is quite unique to, like, just understanding the showcase situation, right? And we do thousands of showcases where the winner performs or the winner get a cash prize, music video. Mostly the winner opens up on a major show. So we do these showcase. We did the showcase, and it's actually my first ever winner opens up for showcase. It was for Taylor Gang Chevy Woods.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was at the Bullfrog, and it was a pure mistake. I literally was in the business of selling slots and doing showcases for photo shoots. I'm like, okay, I got this Taylor Gang show coming here at the Bullfrog. Let me go ahead and see if I could do a showcase where the winner opens up for it. I don't know if people gonna care about it or be excited about it, but let me just try it. I think I was literally the first person on this planet ever to do a winner opens up for showcase. Like, I never seen it before.
You started that platform
till I started
for sure.
doing it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it packed out. I'm talking about Bullfrog, had to stop letting people in. It was crazy. Be Free. Boom. Went crazy. Had a dope set. Went insane. But it was just one. I forgot the name. I forgot their names. It was a team that won. But they end up getting first place. Be Free end up getting like second place, whatever. So I literally got off stage at the end. Mark Mills, shout out to Mark Mills, 3M Management, walked up to me, and Be Free is in a corner, pissed. When I say angry, like, I just knew he was gonna try to swing on me, but I had security, so
he said he wasn't gonna try it.
And I probably Be Free would have got the hands.
He would have got beat up. He light skinned.
That's my brother. Listen,
that nigga waffle color.
Light skin. Listen, light skins can scrap, man. I'm telling you.
Hey.
No, so Be Free in the corner pissed, and Mark was like, "Look, just give us this opportunity. Chevy Woods is tomorrow, so we don't have enough time to get everything packed out for you. But the next one you're doing, the next concert that you're doing, which is going to be OG Mac or however you had it locked in, he's like, just give us the opportunity to sell some tickets. Just let us do it." I'm like, all right, for sure. We're gonna make it work, da-da-da. And then this is like during the Evan the Twerk Guy era. You remember Evan the Twerk Guy? So I put Evan, I tapped in with Evan, got him locked in. And it was Evan, Be Free. It was a crazy show. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dope people on this show. So they say, look, give us the opportunity to sell tickets. I printed some tickets. Man, them boys sold like 300 tickets. Insane. So you got my attention.
Yeah.
You got my attention, Mr. Be Free. So they sold 300 tickets, came in, went crazy. And then it was like, look, we're going to prove a point. Everybody you booked, I booked a lot of dope names on there, a lot of big names. There's like everybody, this is before I found out they sold 300 tickets. There's like everybody that you booked, we want to go before them, and then we want to show you how different our set is from theirs. And I'm like, okay, bet. Boom. They went through, performed, Be Free, crowd surfed. I'm like, this is the craziest.
Nigga, I seen him crowd surf the first time. I was like, what is this
man,
nigga doing?
Listen, it was crazy.
He was in a fucking 400. We was in a 400 square foot room. This nigga's crowd surfing. I'm like, what's going on?
Everybody getting a piece of him, moving him around.
It was crazy.
Yeah, so he performs, crazy experience, insane. I call up the next artist. These motherfuckers trying to prove a point. Call up the next artist. All of Be Free and his people leave. Literally empty out the venue. 100% empty to prove I thought they were going to prove a point by showing me their set. They showed me their set. and emptied the building.
And
And when
emptied the building,
I
yeah.
ran out, was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "We're just showing you that like we're gonna bring all the people." I'm like, "Get the fuck back in there!" Like I appreciate it. I get it. Y'all win. Can you please have all your people go back in, please? Because it's empty in here now. OG Macko ain't come out, so they all go back in there. But they like literally that was the moment where I'm like, okay, Be Free is about to be a star. And then from there, I started working with Mark, started managing him in arena shows. He was the voice of the Pistons for 2021. So like every time the Pistons played, it was him on screen talking at home. And then we did halftime like 6 times. But yeah, Be Free. The whole moral of the story, that long ass story, was the fact that Be Free lost the showcase. Be Free, I mean, and then like even 2 Down Music, who's going crazy right now. Hey there, Tanisha. He lost 40 showcases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And always came back and went crazy. And now like Be Free, who lost that showcase, who was angry. Now I'm his manager. 2 Down Music, who is going insane, was just on Say Cheese 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Is going crazy. And he lost 40 showcases.
Yeah.
Came second place one time. And now I'm managing him directly. So it's just about, literally I'm watching. I mean, I'm basing the talent. It's not all about if you win or bring a lot of people. It's I'm watching you and I can see your talent. And I'm going to try to, get you to that next level over time. So
Yeah, 100%. And y'all got a formula down packed that's definitely working. Like Be Free is a star, bro.
Yep.
For real,
Yep.
for real. I've always known that, man. And shout out Be Free. He's always been super real, kept it 100 with me.
Yep.
We've done like 3 records over the years.
Dope.
I remember the first time we linked up, he pulled up to the studio. We did 2 songs in an hour.
damn, that's crazy.
2 full songs. I don't even think one of them ever came out. One of them is out. One of them never came out. Then we did another record that's the one that we have now. That bitch is hard. But yeah, he's always show love, man. Shout out Be Free. Another one of your artists that has always shown love, Jungle. So yeah, I did a track with Jungle the end of last year in the wintertime. We shot a video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, me, him, and Gamo. It's a dope record. It's doing very well on streaming. Thank you, Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us how that came to fruition, because he's going crazy right now too.
Yeah. Jungle lost 20 showcases, probably. At least 20. He told me, too, because this is recently, too. He always used to leave his shoes, so he used to take his shoes off during his performance.
He takes everything off.
And
Pause.
walk. Yeah, he do it literally, his pants, everything. But he used to walk on his shoes with his hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, walk on his hands with the shoes. And then he used to leave his shoes. And I'm like, why, bro? Air Force Ones all the time. Like, black Air Force Ones, white Air Force Ones, he just leave them. And I'm like, bro, why did you always just leave your shoes? This is literally 2 weeks ago. He's like, because I was losing, I was pissed, and I just leave them there. So, like, he was like, I was just angry, and I didn't want to talk to nobody, and I just left. And I'm just like, that's crazy that you had that much money for that many Air Force Ones. But also,
it's $100 a pop.
Yeah, you just leaving them there every single showcase. He said I was just pissed. But another person who, literally, I'm talking about at least 15 to 20 showcases where I don't believe Jungle has. He probably did get first place once. He probably did win a showcase one time.
I think he did. I was there when he won one.
Yep. So
but he goes super crazy.
Super crazy. Performance insane. But another person who came to me was like, "Hey, let's tap it in. What can I do to grow my presence?" I'm like, "Perform, bro. You are a crazy performer. Perform, get video, get it posted on all these platforms. I'm gonna post it on Crowdfreak. Somebody gonna notice it." Probably 2 weeks later, he posted on Detroit Rap News page for his performance. Vezo hit him up like, "Yo, you hard, bro. Let's talk." So, and now he's signed to IUR right now too. So going crazy. So yeah, Jungle's just another person who came through the showcase route. Even though he was angry, he knew he was getting exposure. He knew he was looking good practicing on these stages, and now he's on the Sada Baby tour starting September, I think 2nd. So.
Yeah. Shout out Jungle, man. That's
big
it.
shout
It's
out.
just about to
Go.
be dope. We got to get him. We booked Sada for at Fair State October 21st.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's actually he don't have a Detroit show or Michigan show.
Don't.
So then when he gets off tour the first week of October, and then he comes back and he's performing at Fairs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. He didn't have a Detroit.
Yeah,
show,
so it's a smaller venue though, but it'll pack out because it's only a few hundred people. But yeah, it's just gonna be dope. But yeah, that's crazy. So hopefully Jungle will pull up for that.
The Loft is sponsored by Live Cannabis Company and Common Citizen.
So we've been talking a lot about, you know, the artists that you're bringing up. We did skip an artist though. I don't want to skip him. Two down. Is his
Two
name?
Down. Yep.
So
Two Down.
I've never actually met Two Down. That's one of your artists. I think the only artist that you manage that I don't know.
Yeah.
So you said he's been doing a lot of showcases. He's been going crazy. So
Yeah.
tell us, you know, how that came about, because I definitely want to show him some love too.
Yeah. So Two Down was a unique situation where, like I said, there was a lot of showcases that he I would say, for lack of better words, lost.
Yeah.
And I just knew that he was talented, man. I just was, I wanted to see him just get the crowd involved a lot more. You know, that was the only thing that was different for him. But situation with Two Down, did a lot of showcases. I think he came second place one time. And he did a song on Instagram, like just a clip where he said, "Hey there, Tanisha, what's it like in Detroit City?" And he did his little thing, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do nothing after that. And I'm like, "Oh, that's hey there, Delilah." So I literally texted him like, "What's your number?" I DM'd him, "What's your number?" And I called him like, "Finish that song, bro. I know it was only a 6-second clip, but if you finish that song, and I know how you are melodic and how you can create some things." I'm like, finish that song. I support it. I got a new distribution platform called Crowdfreak Distribution. Just finish that song, and we're going to push it. We're going to push it as the song. He finished it. It was a hit. I said, add Maury Corey on there. He threw Maury Corey on there, and the rest was history. You know, been getting booked for shows, making thousands of dollars, you know, like just doing great things. Just dropped a song called 75. Say Cheese picked it up. A lot of the Detroit platforms, Detroit Rap News, V-Live Keys picked it up. And, yeah, he's just been going crazy. Got booked for a lot of festivals last year, getting booked for concerts and festivals this year. So,
Yeah.
doing some big
That
things,
75
man.
song hard as fuck.
You said what?
That 75 song
Oh,
hard
yeah,
as
oh, yeah. Nice
That's
little,
hard as fuck.
he the remake king, for sure.
Yeah. So for these songs, what's the loophole on that? Are they cleared, or is there a loophole because he's not necessarily using the same production or all the same words, but the melody is the same?
Sue us if you want to come at. No, I'm joking right now. Don't sue us.
Hey, if they sue you, that means you doing something.
Right,
you
right.
doing something.
They don't
I
care
feel
right
you.
now.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. I
What,
mean,
ain't that shit by who's Hey There Delilah by?
Plain white t-shirts.
Plain White Tees.
Yeah. So
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They might though. Niggas might be
So-
broke now.
He actually got a lot more remakes, and he's dropping an album. He ain't even announced it yet, called Copyright Infringement. Yeah, so you get the exclusive on that.
Yeah, okay.
So we got videos in the tuck. He got Fireflies with Miles X Dope that's about to drop. He got a lot of dope remake songs, and the whole album is gonna be beats that are remade from other music, and it's gonna be called Copyright Infringement. So,
That's fucking funny.
yeah.
Hey, that shit hard though.
Yeah.
Shout out Two Down, man.
Shout out 2 Down.
The niggas hype. If you haven't heard them, go check them out.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about, you know, the artists that you manage and Crowdfreak and, you know, Distrofreak and everything you got going on. So I want to get a little more personal, you know, because you don't do this a lot, you know. You don't really do talk shows. So.
I don't at all.
So, you know, Curtis a star, if motherfuckers don't know, man. He out here really getting to it. So we got to let the people in a little more. So tell us about, I know you got a beautiful family. You just recently got married not too long ago. So tell us about that, man. Tell us about the family life and the home life and how that's going and how their support, you know, affects your work.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I was just telling my wife that, man. I really feel like I got the perfect family. You know, and just starting with my wife. You know, it'd be 10 years that we were together next year, and it's also our 5-year anniversary for our marriage, and then it's also my son senior year, so he graduates and goes to college. And he has prom. So it's going to be expensive as hell for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, next year about to be super expensive. But, yeah, I really do. You know, my wife is everything, you know, for Crowdfreak. Like, we started it together, and I'm about to say something that people don't know. But, like, all of our graphics and everything is 100% her. Everything from Backwards and Bonfires, Crowdfreak, videos, covers, everything. She learned from scratch because when we started Crowdfreak, we had $0. And we were paying for flyers and paying for all this. So she just hopped on YouTube and learned all those videos. She just learned all that, so we didn't have to worry about it. Now we got teams that she teach, and not even teach, but she teach the branding of Crowdfreak to our teams. And she just learned all that, and people don't know it because people take advantage of it. Like, okay, Ashley, get me a flyer. Yeah, it ain't gonna cost no money, but she really worked. She really does all the Crowdfreak, Backwoods, and Bonfires, all our major events, Rap and Roll, the Bart Simpson cartoons. The Bart Simpson cartoons
Them
for
bitches
each
are
artist.
hard.
Like, literally, like, it's just super crazy. So, shout out to her. And, my kids, my younger son, he is 7, I think. He's 7. He got a TV show called CJ's Toy Chest.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So we do that on YouTube. He got some episodes dropping, and they both straight A students. My son, who is a senior in high school, playing football. He had football practice right now. It's just a great situation, and like I said, without having the support of my wife, because I was at Target, I was safe. I was making $70,000 a year. All benefits, 401k, just beautiful. And I wanted to take that leap, and luckily she wanted to take that leap too, and we were able to, make some stuff happen. And now we have Crowdfreak, even though we were broke trying Crowdfreak. The showcases you was at, man, we was about to close soon.
Yeah,
we didn't know Crowdfreak was on his way out. It was tough. And with that come up, and us being able to stick through it, and both of us work 100% for Crowdfreak since I left. We haven't got any other jobs for the past 2017, 3. So it's been about 6 years, and we've just been fully invested into Crowdfreak and getting it to grow to where it is now. So
that's what's up, man. It's super important to have the support of the family and having a partner that shares that vision. Like, not even supports the vision, but shares the vision. Like, y'all are there in the trenches together. That's what's up, man. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And that's crazy you said about Crowdfreak, because you would have never known, man. Those showcases was lit back in the day.
Man, they was lit, but we was doing $10 and letting a lot of people come in for free. And yeah, the illegal jungle juice that we were selling wasn't.
Oh my God, the jungle juice was crazy. The jungle juice was crazy.
We don't do that no more. But we, man, the underage kids said, I'm joking. No, it was never underage drinking.
Nah, we was all 21. I think I was 21.
Right.
No, but man, those back in the day were, like I said, some of my favorite performances. Like when you get the hip hop shop like that really packed in, it's a very intimate type of venue.
Yeah. And the hip hop shop is crazy because Bankrose, if people didn't know that's out there that's watching, like Bankrose is the former hip hop shop, is also where Eminem was discovered at.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. So how did that come to fruition? I keep calling it the hip hop shop. It's Bankrose, yo. It's Bankrose.
No. But it's Bankrose, but it's the hip. I like for people to know that it's the hip hop shop. It's where Eminem was at.
Yeah. If you ever seen 8 Mile, when my nigga tore up. Yeah, homie and his whole crew. Yeah. That was the hip hop shop. Then it wasn't the actual hip hop shop, but it portrayed the hip. It portrayed the hip hop shop, and that is now Bankrose, which Curtis owns, and that's where a lot of the Crowdfreak showcases are at. So how did that come to fruition? How did you get that building? Like, that's crazy. That's such a historic landmark.
Yeah, I don't know if I should tell a real story.
Give us whatever you can.
Because I don't want to scare people off, but it's a great space. Now that we take it over, we have never had issues. But so this is how I started off. Found out it was a hip-hop shop, dope space. We booked it one time to do a showcase, and it was dope. It was fun, and we started talking to the people that were currently renting out the space to activate it more, because it wasn't really activated. It was just like a whole bunch of clothing everywhere, and they did an occasional event or a party, something like that. So we started doing ours and, start packing it out. And we start talking about, hey, let us just, take over the contract. Y'all can keep all y'all stuff in here so y'all close. We just bring the people. Again, it is a great space right now. Nothing has ever happened. Haven't had a fight. Nothing. It's a great space. Well, some people at the shop, that was working the shop, it was a guy that was selling CDs, and they told him stop coming in selling CDs, and he just kept selling CDs. That guy also was a UFC fighter, was training to be a UFC fighter. And you know, they came in with some argument happened. Dude got shot and passed away. And that was like, it was big. Where Eminem was discovered at, somebody, you know, was shot right here recently, And I was just like, oh man, like we was literally a week away from signing a contract to like take over the space.
Yeah.
And that was literally all over the internet. And, you know, Eminem name was attached to it. Eminem said something about it like, hey, why are y'all attaching me to this? Because I performed there before. Like, it's like, you know, I didn't go in there and shoot somebody, So that happened. And unfortunately, the hip hop shop was closed for about 8 months. And so I was already a little bit apprehensive on like even contacting it. So I started looking for spaces for Crowdfreak, this idea of Crowdfreak. And then I met Rose, Bankrose of Bankrose Productions. And he was saying, hey, you know, I want to open up a studio. I was like, well, let's try to find something where I can do performances too, so I don't have to keep using the bullfrog. And we drove past, and I'm like, it was a sign in the window saying it was for lease. And I'm just like, nobody was touching it because of what just happened. I'm just like, I know I can create experiences where people won't want to fight or have. We put 10,000 people in a room for backwoods and bonfires and never have any issues at all. Just straight amazing vibes.
Yeah, always great vibes.
Always great
vibes are high.
So always. I knew what I could do. This is before backwoods and bonfires, but I called. It was open. We went in there. We took a risk on it because, you know, the name had already been a little bit dragged through the mud, and we switched it up. That's why we switched it to Bankrose, because we wanted to keep it the hip hop shop. But when you typed in the hip hop shop, that article came up everywhere. So we just had to like I wanted to keep the hip hop shop, but I was like, nah, we had to change it. So that's why it's Bankrose, but we still got a lot of the hip hop shops still on the floor. We still got proof on the back wall.
Yeah,
like we kept a lot of those features to the hip hop shop, but we had to change the name because of you know what happened. So long story. That's how we got Bankrose, and we put a studio in the back, start, you know, doing concerts and showcases up front, and now we got both sides. We put a hole in the wall. We got 2 more studios, a clothing store in there now, so it's crazy.
I just shot the video with Jungle. We shot partially in there.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
I'll send it to you.
Definitely send me that.
Tone shot it.
Oh,
yeah.
D-Tone?
TVM.
Oh, TVM, yeah, that's D-Tone.
Oh,
He go by a lot of different names, but TVM Tone,
Yeah, so he shot the video, which is dope. But yeah, that space is crazy. It's that story is crazy. That's wild. But it, like you said, the vibes are always high there.
Always good, man. We never had a fight there.
Yeah, I pull up to the show when I used to do the showcases. I'd be like dolly, chilling. Never had a problem. Like that shit was always funny. You get up there, and some of the obscenities I'm spewing in these raps, niggas like, you know, you feel me? You never know what can happen, but for the most, it's always been love.
Yeah, we had a party there yesterday. I don't really do parties, and we had a party there, a game night party yesterday. I had about 200 people, and it was just all good vibes. People dancing, ballrooming. Good vibes, man. You gotta create that atmosphere, and you don't have nothing to worry about, really.
That's what's up. I was at the casino last night. I was up on blackjack.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was going crazy.
Never won at a casino.
I low-key was actually up like 500, and I left up like 300. I lost another 200. I was up for a while, and then this Arab dude just started taking everybody's money. I'm like, all right, bro, I gotta go.
Yeah, I play those dudes at casinos. I have lost at one sitting like 4,800. Yeah.
But no, that shit was dope. I don't go to the casino a lot, but whenever I do go, my problem is I go up and then I don't leave until I either break even or I'm down. It's I got to learn to leave when I'm up.
You got to learn to leave.
Learn to leave when you up, for sure. But yeah, so we've been talking a lot about, you know, Crowdfreak and family and things like that, and I wanted to get on a little more personal level. We learned something today that we both share in common, that we, you know, recently both diagnosed with diabetes.
Literally like a month apart, maybe a couple weeks apart.
Yeah, but we both are glowing examples of how to beat that shit and how to live right. Like, I don't know what your weight loss is or what your journey is. My A1C was a 12. Normal A1C, for people who don't know, is, I believe, like 5 to 7.
Yep, 5 to 7.
And mine was 12, which is very high. My shit is 5.7 now.
Yep.
And yours was 4.
Yep. So mine was 14.95, and it's down to like 6.3.
We are fucking miracles. People.
Yeah, miracles, man.
Listen,
And within 3 months.
That for real.
Yeah, like we wasn't playing no games.
Doctors told me, man, it's gonna take you years to get. Y'all gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, nah.
Ain't no years, nigga. I stopped eating everything. Fuck that.
Stop eating.
I swear to God, I stopped eating everything, nigga.
My wife
Fuck
like, why
that.
you chewing water? Because I'm trying to beat diabetes.
I swear to God, that shit's crazy. Like, and then cause I also see people that live with it. Like people, my mom has diabetes, my dad has diabetes, my grandma has diabetes. You know, so I'm actually, what's crazy about mine is I'm a type 1.5. So I was born with diabetes and I did not know. So my pancreas does not fully work, but you know, the more fat on your body, the harder your pancreas has to work to create insulin. So my pancreas is already not creating enough insulin, and then me being bigger and having more mass makes it work even harder. So it's overcompensating for what it doesn't have. So I was already losing there, and then by being unhealthy, it made me even worse because then I developed type 2. So now I'm a 1.5. But now actually I'm a pre-diabetic because I pretty much, I think I lost 85 pounds. That's crazy. Since February.
Weight loss journey, man.
Yeah, we on it, bro. I need 50 more to get off me.
My problem was when I was having symptoms, I'm just slow. I didn't Google it, what was going on. When I was having the symptoms, I already kind of figured it was diabetes because I knew what the symptoms of diabetes were from years ago. And instead of, I'm like, oh, shoot, I might be having symptoms of pre-diabetes. So I thought that you're supposed to obtain more sugar. So I was drinking pop every day. Like I told you, 3 pops a night. Like I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. I'm supposed to get as much sugar in my body because I'm not producing the sugar. So I was doing the complete opposite. And then when I finally went to the emergency room, shout out to Mark Mills, because he told me, like, I was at a show. We were doing Drake versus Kanye. Show at Big Daddy Games, and I'm just like, just feeling weird. Just came from a cruise, and I was feeling weird on the cruise. Wasn't hungry, just was thirsty all the time. And I'm talking to Mark, and you know, Mark is just like, "Yo, you need to go to the emergency room right now." When I told him my symptoms, I was like, "No, I'm good, bro. I mean, I'm feeling good. I just got to pee a lot, and and I've been drinking a lot, but like I'm good, bro." And he's just like, all right, just come to my house now. I'm like, no, I can't, bro. I got this show going on. It's 4 a.m. You know, we did the breakdown. I'm like, yo, you still up? He's like, bro, I'm waiting for you to come here so I can check your sugar. Check my sugar. It was at 495. And he like, go to the emergency right now. Went to the emergency. They was like, oh, my God, get him a bed. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know it was that crazy. And, you know, so I just started taking it serious from there. And, you know, shout out to Mark for, like, making me take it serious. I was never going to get checked up like that at all. I'm just like, I'm good, man. I'm just drinking a lot of pop. Get my sugar together. You know what I mean?
Feel you. I feel like I was and we're in a similar boat. Like we work a lot.
Yeah.
Like we already know. Like sometimes, nigga, we can't even get each other on the phone.
All,
it's like, so I'm just like, bro, I just work a lot. That's why I'm tired. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of juice. So that's why I got to pee all the time. It's like, there's justifications for it. So I'm like, nigga, I'm good. And I did Google it. I'm not going to lie. I Googled that shit. It said diabetes. That shit, I ain't got no fucking diabetes. Like, that shit's tripping. I swear to God. But you can't Google things, bro, because one time, my first time ever having a panic attack, I Googled my symptoms. That bitch told me I was having a heart attack. Dang. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I was about to die. So I was like, you can't. So that's when I Googled this shit and it said diabetes. I'm like, bro, I don't have fucking diabetes. What is going on?
Yeah, listen, I know that every single time I'm like, they don't know what they talking about.
But. Yeah. But same thing, man, working and just feeling weird. And then having to just like, all right, it's probably time to go to the hospital. I was at the same time, it was like almost like a breaking point where it's like, all right, at this point, nigga, you need to do something because you know you uncomfortable and not feeling well. So I went to I was 690. That's just crazy to even say that number. I don't think my shit goes over like 150 now. Like 150 is high for me.
That's crazy. I don't even know what. I don't even know. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was about to say I don't even know what, but I check it every day. So I was thinking about A1C. I didn't know you was talking about.
Yeah, no, my actual sugar. Yeah. My actual sugar does because I have a Dexcom. You ever heard of Dexcom?
No.
It's this sensor that's on the back of my arm, and it's Bluetooth on my phone, and it's reading my sugar in real time. That's always. Hard. So when like earlier when my phone went off, it's because it was because I moved away from my sensor and it needed to like recalibrate. And so
Got you. I
yeah,
might have to do that.
yeah, bro. The Dexcom is nice. It's like it's really nice just knowing what my sugar is, and then I use it as a tool. Like me and my diabetic, my endocrinologist. Her name's Stephanie Lucas. Shout out Stephanie Lucas. We use it as a tool. Like when I eat, I watch it and see like what certain foods do to my sugar. Like, cause for a while I wasn't eating no carbs, no sugar at all. But she's like, that's not sustainable. She's like, you can't never eat carbs or sugar ever again in your life. So she's like, just use this and figure out what certain, cause she's like, you can moderate everything. So you don't have to never eat it again. You just got to moderate it. It's like, instead of eating 20 fries, eat 10. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, and then using that as a tool to see what makes my sugar, okay, I know I had this many carbs today. I know what that does to my sugar. Maybe I shouldn't eat no more today.
No, for sure.
Shit like that. So yeah, the Dexcom is super dope. The only thing they didn't think about is I work out a lot. So again, I don't think when you get diabetes, people don't expect you to do what you're supposed to do.
Never do.
You know what I mean? Like the numbers, like I said, your doctor's probably going crazy over your numbers. I know mine's do. And I don't think they think about that with these Dexcoms, because I'll get in the sauna and they're supposed to last 10 days. They're lasting me 6 because it's falling off. Because you're from sweating and shit. And they don't send replacement patches. And the patches you can get online are not the best. So it's like I'm flying through these bitches. So they got to figure out a way to get that down. But for the most part, it's a really dope tool. And I hated stabbing my finger.
I'm still doing the stabbing the finger process, so I still hate that. But I'm definitely gonna look into the Dexcom.
Definitely, because if you got insurance, they pay for that shit too.
I mean, but moral of the story: watch your health. I mean, being out, especially in the music industry, you seen what happened with Lil Durk. Lil Durk is, man, going through a whole bunch of health issues. Canceled like 15 shows. Like ain't feeling good. In and out the hospital. Like, as an entrepreneur, as a musician, or just in this music industry, it's really tough. It's very consistent, and even in the cannabis industry and the music industry, which you are in both, are very like close together, but they're very insane industries that take a lot of time. So like I can definitely understand. Same thing with me, being an entrepreneur and a lot of other type of businesses outside of music, and being in music. It's fast food. It's crazy. So then now I just had to like really step back and say, okay, I got to be here for my kids. I got to be here for, the artists that I work with and all the rest of those things. And the people that work for Crowdfreak. So I had to really take that serious. So health is serious, man. It is
very serious. And what's crazy about health too is like now that I eat healthier, like I spend so much more money on food. So what? Healthy food is way more expensive.
Oh my goodness! Don't go to Whole Foods. You walk out broke.
That shit is crazy. It's like I feel like they want us to be fat. That's what it is.
Do.
That's all it is. But and food. There's some good ass food out there too. I love some food. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen.
But that shit is the devil. That's all it is. That shit trying to get you. But be healthy, eat better, work out, man. A lot of people, especially like I feel like I've been noticing more people getting on workout journeys and just being more active, than we have in recent years. I think that's starting to become a trend, which is dope. Like even myself, I used to work out a lot when I was a kid, and then I stopped when I got to college, and I just never worked out. It's like, bro, I'm working, sometimes work 60, 70 hours a week when I was working at like busy stores, so really it was like I don't have time for it. But it's like, no, you got to make time. You know what I mean? You have to be active, because just working is not going to do it. You know what I mean? And then if you're not eating right too. So definitely be active. Go out on a walk, man. Go ride a bike. Do something. 30 minutes a day. You feel me? Like you don't gotta be in that bitch bodybuilding, but
right.
But just do something.
Some type
active.
of exercise.
Type of exercise for real. Well, man, it has been a pleasure, Curtis. Man, we got a lot of cloth on this episode. You gave us a lot of sauce. Is there anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to close out with?
I mean, just shout out Crowdfreak team. Bankrose and Bonfires team. Everybody who's going crazy in the city of Detroit. All the artists of the world. All the artists that I work with personally, including Rocky Bad, who is really taught me. I forgot to talk about her for a second.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
Rocky Bad is really like who taught me the industry. Being able to be her manager, and her being such a viral artist, and being able to learn everything from that and build out even performances and build out other artists. big shout out to Rocky Bad and my family. And, yeah, thank you, Liv. Liv been a sponsor on Backwoods and Bonfires for the last few years. They did Scary Hours as well, but just being that support system to make sure our events are great and we have high-quality cannabis for our patrons. Shout out to Liv and shout out to you, bro. We've been on this journey together. We done watched each other grow, and now we here, man. We job's not done.
Job's not done, bro. This
Yep.
job's not done. This is a full circle moment, though. Man, shout out everybody. Thank you for checking out the Loft podcast. I'm your host, Felix the Don, and we out, man. Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you for checking out the Loft podcast, and welcome back to the Loft Studios. Today we got my boy Ddicea.
Shout out Felix to Don. You know what we're doing out here. It's Ddicea. Too much fun. Let's get it.
We having too much fun tonight, and I know that I shouldn't, but I wanna have some more fun tonight. In my luckiest hoodie, I hope that I'm catching a dub tonight, cause we pushing dubs tonight. We bout to throw up some dubs tonight. In the back of the club, she be rubbing me right while I'm rubbing her thigh. She got a sedative look in her eye, her hand on my chest while I look in her eyes. She hand me a shot, I don't know if I'll take it, but baby, I know I can handle the ride. She got her hands in the sky, letting it loose while I'm letting her grind. Catching a feeling, I'm catching a vibe. Contract love, but I already signed it. Her love just hit me like lightning, mixing up anxiety with excitement. I'm not the one to be frightened, but she got me feeling way more than righteous. Right swiping, super liking, 2-person party privately invited. Feel like a pirate hearing all the sirens. Oh, I don't know the flow we got like this. These are feelings that can't be dismissed. Come on, check my yellow girl, let's step. Hold on, one more shot. Back to the car, smoke that spit. Looking inside of her eyes is addictive. I started this shit, I ain't playing the victim. She inside my mind, overloading the system. I think I'm confusing my gut with my wisdom. Oh, I know feel wrong just a little bit, but I think that's kinda what makes it feel so alright. The next time we link up, I'ma turn this up, cause I think that we having too much fun tonight, and I know that I shouldn't, but I wanna have some more fun tonight. In my luckiest hoodie, I hope that I'm catching a dub tonight, cause we pushing dubs tonight. We bout to throw up some dubs tonight. In the back of the club, she be rubbing me right while I'm rubbing her thigh. She got the sedative look in her eye, her hand on my chest while I look in her eyes. She hand me a shot, I don't know if I'll take it, but baby, I know I can handle the ride. She got her hands in the sky, letting it loose while I'm letting her grind. Catching a feeling, I'm catching a vibe. But it's more than a vibe that we catching. When she found out that her eyes were a weapon, used it against me, cause even her friends see the way that she get in my mind with no question. I don't know how this night gon' go, but I know what I want, I know. Okay, I know how this night gon' go. It's gonna end up me and you, okay, fuck it. We on this sink, ain't nowhere else to go. Then we hit the balcony out of control. Then we hit the bed and we did it some more. Then we lock eyes, she took my song. She way better than song. Bouncing on me like a pro.